Harold Graff and his son Doug farm as a team. Both grew up in the old white farmhouse where Harold still lives. They milked 42 cows until the spring of 2000 when they sold their herd.
We thought about it for 5 years. I've got asthma, so health reasons entered in, lifestyle reasons. I did the milking alone, so it was like no time off. And now we're at a time that milk was low and anticipated to stay low, but yet cattle were bringing good money. My boys are old enough now that I knew that they weren't going to dairy farm.
He says, boy, things happen quicker than I ever figured. And he says, someone come here and bought the whole herd this morning. They're going to be out by 8 o'clock tonight. And they were. They went to a conventional farm, stanchion-type barn and everything. When you finally make a decision, then they can't go fast enough. Get it over with. It's an empty barn that just like I'm the only one living in that big house now.
Though they're not in dairy anymore, Doug and Harold are still committed to farming and living a life connected to their family place.
Well, that's probably one of the nicest things about farming is, there is something different with the seasons. Unlike a factory job where some people, would start when they got out of high school and they do the same thing till they retire for how many years. What's nicer than being outside in a day like today?
They grow corn and soybeans on 500 acres and store the grain right on their farm. A few animals still live on the place, beef cattle and a few young stock they're raising for another farmer. Doug doesn't miss the day in and day out demands of milking cows.
What I really notice it helps is Sundays. Because used to be I'd try and get chores done, milking, then go to church, and then I'd get home and I'd have feeding and cleaning barn, and by the time I got done with that, it was time to do night chores again. Planting is busy in the spring and harvesting is busy in the fall, but the other times of the year when you can actually have a Sunday to do something with the family.
Crop farming fit their philosophy of relying only on themselves.
I've tried to stay at a nice size for what we farm ourselves, and then to make additional income, try and go out and do work for hire. Custom combining and planting and things like that.
Eau Claire has grown up around them. They used to farm the land where Oakwood Mall now stands.
We had 100 acres of corn down there, and we had corn on both sides of the interstate here. We rented that for like 22 years down there until they built the mall. It got to be so bad trying to take all our machinery down amongst all that traffic.
Driving into town used to mean passing 7 other farms. Now theirs is the closest active farm to the city limits. Their neighborhood is becoming one of country homes, not farms.
I guess someday it's probably, we'll hold on as long as we can, I guess. No, I don't have any anticipation of developing ours in the near future.
When that time comes, if I'm still living and I'm involved with it, I said, this whole parcel of land will be sold as a chunk, because I might just will move out of the area if we start developing this. Neighbors, they feel that we are their security blanket for development.